Today is Friday, October 17th, and I'm just wondering about the state of the NFC East.
And now, a word from our title sponsor.
Eyeing retirement? We aim to turn your nest egg into a paycheck with half the amount you've been led to believe. Fluent Financial combines in-house portfolio design risk management with income-generating investments designed to aid your financial independence. Our goal is to develop an effective portfolio strategy to help you retire sooner and have a better lifestyle. Fluent Financial can also implement a program that allows business owners to install a cash balance plan, which may potentially reduce income tax payments. You've worked hard to become successful. Let us help develop an effective portfolio strategy that works for you. Learn more today about Fluent Financial. Retire sooner, better lifestyle. For more information or to schedule a meeting, visit fluentfinancial.com or call 972-852-4800.
What's happened to this group of teams, the NFC East? Last year, it was an incredible grouping. It had the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. They won 14 games. The biggest surprise team in the NFL, Washington. They won 12 games. Dallas won 7, despite losing Dak Prescott for 8 games. And in the basement was the Giants, who had no quarterback. That unless you consider Daniel Jones, who's now flourishing with Indianapolis. Philadelphia outscored their opposition by more than 160 points. Washington jumped from a 4-win team the year before to a 12-win team and had the Rookie of the Year in quarterback Jaden Daniels. It was the only division with 2 12-win teams. The Cowboys' playoff hopes disappeared when Dak disappeared in midseason. The Giants, like a man on death row, having exhausted all of his appeals, simply reaches the point where he wants to get it all over with. But what do we have now after 6 games? Philadelphia's 4-2, and they're the only winning team in the division. But they've been outgained in each of their 6 games, and they've been outscored for the season. And their offense and defense, each side of the ball is in a little bit of a mess right now. And look at their season. They may have been lucky to beat the Cowboys, Chiefs, and Bucks by a total of 13 points. And they were ridiculously lucky to beat the Rams, where the Rams were lined up to win the game on a field goal, and Philadelphia blocked it and ran it back for a touchdown. Washington's 3-3 for the season. But they've been outgained by more than 400 yards for the year. And the opponents of the Commanders have a better third down conversion rate. They have, the opponents, kept the ball 4 more minutes per game than Washington. And quarterback Daniels is still good, but he's not looking special. That's why Jerry Jones this week, this was his 83rd birthday this week, proclaimed to all the world that would listen that his Cowboys at 2-3-1 and with the worst defense in the National Football League were, quote, still in it. And that he'd possibly make a trade for defensive help for the Cowboys for the next 11 games. And by the way, if Jerry can claim the Cowboys are still in it, so can the Giants, who are 2-4. Well, many people laughed at the octogenarian Jerry, and lots of people do these days. It's hard to dispute his stance. If Dallas can beat the Commanders this weekend, and they're only 1.5-point underdogs. And if the Vikings upset Philadelphia this weekend, and they're only 1.5-point underdogs, we'd have 3 teams within 1 game of each other. It would be Philadelphia at 4-3, a half game ahead of Dallas and a game ahead of Washington. And heck, if the Giants should somehow find a way to beat Denver this weekend, they're a touchdown underdog. By the way, it's fairly unlikely. But if they do, they'd be 3-4, and there'd be 4 teams within 1 game of each other. So, laugh at Jerry's bluster and his raging optimism. But the truth is, Dallas is a fringe contender in a division that this year looks nothing like last year. What do you want from your favorite restaurant? Fantastic personal service, a cheery, welcoming, spotless atmosphere, and, of course, great food. The primest of beef, wagyu and lamb, incredibly fresh seafood, lobster, salmon, shrimp, Hall of Fame food from a Hall of Fame restaurant, 2 locations of Bob's Steak and Chop House, the original Bob's on Lemon Avenue, and the gorgeous new Bob's at Craig Ranch, McKinney. My wife Mary's the co-creator of Full Moon Healing Balm, and I guess I'm the reason this terrific cream was developed. A few years ago, I began getting these huge, ugly blood blotches just beneath the skin of my arms and hands. The condition's called senile purpura. And no, you don't have to be senile to experience this embarrassment. It happens as you age. And then to cover it up, we begin wearing long sleeves even when it's hot. It took 2 years working with a New Jersey lab to refine the all-natural ingredients of Full Moon Healing. Gently massage a very small amount into the skin, and within a day, the blotches begin to fade. Senile purpura usually takes weeks to disappear, but this balm cuts the timeline to about a week. And ordering's so easy. Just go to the website, fullmoonhealingco.com. The NBA season opens next Tuesday, October 21st. And I've seen the predictions of a handful of NBA experts, by the way, many of which I really do respect. And the composite of those predictions has the Mavericks finishing, 8th or 9th in the West. The projected win total for the season is 41.5, and that is a nose hair above 500. If that comes true, their predictions, then Dallas will make only the play-in playoff games. The consensus in the West seems to be Oklahoma City, of course, they're defending champions of the NBA, and then a group of Denver, Houston, and Golden State, and then a group of Minnesota at the top of that group, the Lakers and the Clippers, and maybe even fast improving San Antonio. They're downgrading the Mavericks, and that's understandable. The Mavericks won't have Kyrie Irving until, well, you tell me, February? March? God knows. And they've got an often injured star in Anthony Davis, but he is a star when he's on the floor. No one mentions how remarkably deep this Maverick team is, or what a terrific defensive front line they have. They talk about injuries, of course. And the possible impact of Cooper Flagg. I think they're wrong about the Mavericks. The front line here is, in my estimation, the deepest in the NBA. Cooper Flagg may be better immediately than anyone believes. And as the season wears on, I expect Cooper Flagg to be playing point forward at times and running this attack. The key player for me is Klay Thompson. How much good shooting and good basketball is left in the body of Klay Thompson that will turn 36 years old in February? I would suggest him not as a starter, but as a key reserve. But without Irving, the Mavericks don't have a great deal of three-point shooting. And three-point shooting is critical in these days in the league. But Klay Thompson is, or perhaps was, a critical three-point shooter in his 12-year career. But 3 of the last 4 years of Klay Thompson's career have been the worst three-point shooting years of his career. What's left in Klay Thompson? The loss of Irving will set back Dallas in the first half, and maybe longer than that. But Dallas has the depth, in my mind, to hang around in the West. And if Irving returns, even if it's with just 20 games left in the regular season, and he finally gets himself in game shape at that point, this team will be dangerous, very dangerous.
And now a word from our title sponsor. Today's episode has been brought to you by Fluent Financial, Retire Earlier, Live Better, and by Bob's Steak and Chop House on Lemon in Dallas and in Craig Ranch in McKinney. Bob's, a Dallas tradition for more than 30 years.
If you've enjoyed Just Wondering, please hit follow, and a fresh new episode will land in your mailbox early every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning. Should you know a sports fan who might like our work, please share our contact information with that person. Just Wondering is technically directed by my wife, Mary, who is also occasionally a talent on the show. It's produced by Mike Matern, edited and posted by Ashley Bullington. Thanks for listening to today's episode of Just Wondering. I'm Norm Hitzges, and know that every day I'll be just wondering about something.
And I'm Mary Hitzges, and I'll just be wondering too.
This is a Stolen Water Media production.